Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome again, everyone. Nice to see you. Today we will continue the lecture on hydraulic and pneumatics related to the topic of fluid conditioners. If you recall last time, I explained a little bit about the concept of pneumatic circuits. We have gone through from the beginning, introduction to hydraulic and pneumatics, and then we studied the basic components of pneumatic systems, and we also look at, importantly, the gas law, and then how to size the compressors and if you recall, we also look at sizing the reservoir. Okay, so today we will look at section 13.5, which talks about fluid conditioners. So fluid conditioners is a very essential component of a pneumatic circuit, and the purpose of fluid conditioner, as shown here, is to make air a more acceptable fluid medium for the pneumatic system as well as operating personnel. So this video will talk about the three normally lumped together component, which is the filter, regulator, and lubricator. If you recall in e-learning, I have uploaded the notes, if I'm not mistaken, in week 2. We have all these symbols of a pneumatic and hydraulic circuit. So in pneumatic symbols, if you refer to this, there is one component which is exactly the FRL unit. So I think it is at page, right, this is the one, filter, regulator, lubricator. So normally it will be combined together to treat the air that is being taken from the atmosphere, and the symbol is shown here, and in most simulation software will be using this symbol as shown here. Okay, so the first component is F, which is the filter, and the function of a filter is just to remove the contaminants from the air before it reaches the pneumatic components such as the valve and actuator. So it can remove contaminants in the 5 to 50 micrometer range, and if you look at this is the schematics of air filter, and this is the separate symbol for it. To illustrate the function of this, we can just refer to this video. Okay.
Aircon Pneumatic, the specialist for pressure and volume flow control. Function of a standard filter. The internal parts of a standard filter are made up of a deflector, the filter element, and the baffle. All parts are suspended on a stay bolt and attached to the filter housing. Air flows into the filter through the inlet hole. The air is brought into rotation by the canted wings of the twist cap. This rotation, also referred to as cyclone effect, flings water particles in the air against the filter wall. These water particles then run off the container wall to the container's base. The separator disc prevents the collected water, referred to as condensate, being picked up by the airflow again. It divides the filter into a flow zone and a slowdown zone. The condensate collects in the slowdown zone and can be removed from the filter using a manual drain or an automatic drain. The air from which the condensate has been removed now flows through the filter element to remove the remaining dirt particles. The air is cleaned depending on the pore width of the element. After the air has been cleaned of water and dirt, it reaches the filter outlet and hence the consumer.
Okay, so you can watch this video later. If you look at my channel, I have grouped to this video in my playlist. Alright, so if you want to look at it again, you just go to my channel and you can just refer to this. There's a playlist, so videos that I show in this lecture will just, okay, this is other courses, this is your course, but in this fluid conditioners there are the filter, regulator, and
Aircom Pneumatic, the specialist for pressure.
So continuing from that, you understand basically the principle of the air filter. Basically it's just to clean out the air. Next is the air pressure regulator. So this is the function is to ensure that the air in your pneumatic system has a constant pressure. Okay, so this is very important for safety wise, and also to ensure that you have enough power to move your load. So for this one, this is the symbol for fluid conditioner. This is the explanation of it, and we can just have a look at the pressure regulator video.
Function of a pressure regulator. On the left side, shown here in dark blue, the input pressure is connected. By turning the adjusting spindle clockwise, the range spring is pre-tensioned. This sets the output pressure, set value. The pressure increase can be seen on the manometer. The regulating tappet is pressed downward and the venting valve is opened. The compressed air flows from the input to the output, shown here in light blue. The output pressure, actual value, arrives underneath the diaphragm via the vent pipe at the output of the regulator. The desired output pressure has been reached. If the actual value becomes greater than the set value, then the diaphragm lifts off from the tappet and the venting valve opens. Excessive air can escape. This function is known as self-relieving. This is not desired, however, for technical or toxic gases. A diaphragm without venting valve is used for that. Excessive air or gas does not escape through the regulator. This function is known as non-relieving.
Alright, so I think from the video you have a general idea on how a pressure regulator works. And finally, the air lubricator, basically as it says, is to ensure proper lubrication of the internal moving parts of the components, and you will use oil as shown here. So you remove the moisture, you add some oil so that the parts of your pneumatic system is properly lubricated. So this is the symbol, this is the schematic, and that's the explanation of how a lubricator works. And this is the combination of the individual filter, regulator, and lubricator units. Okay, this is they combine all this into one symbol. Okay, so I think that's all for today. So for the purpose of your assignment, just ensure that if you are using a pneumatic, you must just add the symbol to show that you are aware that the air must be treated properly before using it in your pneumatic system. Okay everyone, I think this is just a short video to continue from where we left off. More will be coming inshallah. Thank you everyone. I hope you are all well at home. I hope you are also in good health. So stay at home and use your time beneficially. Thank you very much for your attention. See you next time. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.